Welcome back to another episode of Penny Helpjes. This is episode 499. Yesterday's episode 498 was a two-parter, and it was a kind of an interesting one in the sense that I went through 4 penny rolls, and because there were previously searched penny rolls in the penny rolls that I got from the bank during the beginning of the week. So if you want to check that one out, check it out. I'll leave a link at the end of the video to part 1 of 498, and or maybe I'll put it in the comments. I'm not sure. Check both of them if you're interested. And I have to say, over the past couple years, that has only happened. Well, it's happened about 5 or 6 times, I have to say. But in the past, there were big check marks on the penny rolls. This time there were not, and that's what was kind of upsetting. The only reason I knew it was is that dirt? It was dirt. Came off. I was like, wow, what's that? A big piece of metal? Oh, it was a big piece of dirt. Oh, and we got our first copper. Very nice. 74D. So I basically dedicated the video to, not doing that, and if there are very few rules to penny roll hunting, but one of them would definitely be marking your penny rolls if they are searched through and you're bringing them back to the bank. The only reason I knew was because the person wrote shiny on one of the penny rolls, and that told me that somebody went through them, and there was no copper. Look at that. Let me look at that through the loop. That's an interesting. The light's not in the right place. It's just the way the rim and the edge meet. Probably something wrong with the collar. So what that does is it really starts to make you made me, and I would imagine it would make you also start to second guess the rest of the penny rolls inside of the bag. So imagine if you had we had, I think in that one it was either the 18 roll or the $18 or the $13 bag, which means it was either 36 or 26 penny rolls, and that's a lot of penny rolls to have to. I mean, to have to discard, And when I say discard, I mean to put to the side and say that they're searched. Obviously, if they're marked, it's not that bad, because then what you can do, if the penny rolls are marked with check marks, then you can either knowingly research the penny rolls or just check them for copper. And then, if there's no copper, that only takes a couple minutes. but it could take 20 minutes to a half an hour to thoroughly search a penny roll. So one of them had a couple copper pennies, and it was only because they were very shiny, and the person uh, obviously didn't know what they were doing and left the copper pennies in there, but because they thought they were zinc, and the other one had no copper. So they're obviously taking copper out, and so it was a total bust. So this is one of the other penny rolls from that bag, and this is not from the same person. So one of the things that I did, and you'll notice that I talk about it in the video. Look at the R. That could have extra thickness. I can see this. I can see the line. I'm going to say no to the extra thickness. I think it's just mechanical doubling. Deteriorated die. Same thing here. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably go through those penny rolls from that bank over the course of the next several videos. Now, for the average penny roll hunter, it's not that big. I haven't found a 2009 in such a while. This one's not in the best condition, but people are definitely keeping these now. That's for sure. And such an iconic and different looking, no extra V, different type of penny that people just inherently know that they're going to have some value in the future. Mechanical doubling. You see the O? That's a big one. Yeah, the whole 1 cent is mechanically doubled. That's pretty cool. Wow, that's a long die spike. You see that? It goes straight through the Lincoln Memorial. Let me get my little pointer in case you don't see it. So you can't miss it, really. That is one long die spike. And there's another one. It looks like I don't know about that one, but this one is. And it goes right through the stairs. You see that? Does it have value? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Definitely put it to the side, though. So, of course, one of the ways you can have a pretty good indication a penny roll is not cherry picked through is if there's, copper. Now, I have gotten checkmark penny rolls where there's one specific bank where the person left copper. It's my opinion that they were just looking for wheat cents. It's the 88, looking for the flare G. I don't think that's a flare G. Now you can still find double dies and stuff like that inside of a cherry picker roll, because most people don't really know how to identify errors and double dies. So there's a good chance that they missed them. But finding copper double dies is really or copper errors. They're more valuable, and I'm going to make that as a generalization. I know some people are going to disagree with me there. Look how the letters are on the planchet rim. Right, that's the planchet rim, and the separation to the other rim is the rim from the die. So it's misaligned die, and it put the letters on the planchet rims. Pretty cool. And so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 copper pennies, and that's what you want to see, right? You need to know just about whenever it is that you're doing your penny roll hunting, wherever you're doing it, you need to know about what the average amount, that's 8, average amount of copper that you should find in a penny roll. And as of 2025, it's probably somewhere between 6 and 11 copper pennies that you should find in a penny roll. So if there's no copper pennies, statistically that would be an anomaly. Virtually impossible, unless it was cherry picked. Those are the leftovers of a penny roll hunt. And again, if you're home and you got nothing to do, that's fine. But for the YouTube video, though, I don't like it because um, it just diminishes the content. It makes it less interesting, and I'm spending half hour, 15 minutes to a half hour on a video, and so this one here, so far we have, what do we have? We have 8, right? Yeah, we have 8 copper pennies right there where it belongs, and found some interesting coins also. So I'm relatively confident that this is not a cherry picked search through penny roll. There's a 2009. There's a cup. This is the third 2017 P. These are pennies that most people are not going to leave behind. They're going to put into separate rolls. The 2017 Ps, even in circulated condition, even if one day they sell for 10, 15 cents a piece, that's 10, 15x face value. If you got, even at 10 cents, if you got 10, that's $5, plus shipping, tax, whatever the case may be, but still that makes it worthwhile. I have a couple circulated 2017 Ps. If I get, by time I'm probably going to be doing this for who knows how long. One of my major goals right now is to get my YouTube plaque at 100,000 views, 100,000 subscribers, which I'll probably get in about 4 or 5 years from now. If everything stays the same, if it gets better, it could be sooner. If things get slower, it could be later. And then I'm probably gonna hopefully make a studio, or get a bigger office where I can. 1970. The S is the variety penny that you're looking for. 1970. That's the one I think that comes in small and large date. That's number 9. So we're talking about, I mean, by the time I'm all, for the next, until they stop making pennies, right? I might have 30, 40, 50 rolls of 2000 circulate 2017 P's. Maybe I'll make an extra, I'll make 500-600 bucks off of it. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. That's a lot of money for a little tiny thing that I did, right? Just put these pennies to the side. And I'm pretty sure that that's what they're going to sell for the 1992. You're looking for, and not God forbid, I shouldn't say that. And hopefully, I find a couple 1992, right? Close AMs. This is not the close AM. That's $100 today. That might be 200-300 bucks. So it's the little things that will add up. At some point in the future, so it's kind of like a savings account. 2023, the 2023s are $20 right now, right? I got a few of those. Let's say I have 30, 40 of those, and let's say they go up to $30. You're talking about $1,000. You know what I mean? And that's if they don't skyrocket. We have no idea what's going to happen to the price of this discontinued coin after it stops. And then I mean, there might be a slight surge in the beginning. Who knows? I'm assuming that they're going to become more valuable. All right. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please click like and subscribe. No white AM. God bless. Let me see. That's how if I put the light on. Maybe this will be my YouTube. What's that? It's a pretty cool looking penny. Take a picture of it for the thumbnail. And I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you in episode 500.